Hello, my name is Ritu Bhalla. I am two-time blood cancer survivor and a patient advocate. Today, I am going to tell you how to, you're going to learn actually about how to be part of a clinical trial. So we're going to talk about this topic as a part of PACER, which is Patient Advocates for Clinical Research Education and Research regulatory framework group based out of CanKids, which is the National Society for Childhood Cancer in India. Um, so yeah, as I said, we are going to now learn about how to enroll in a clinical trials. Essentially, this can be only happen via clinical trial registry of India, but how to navigate that, we're going to learn, and I'm going to tell you through this presentation. So, we'll start with the very basic question: what is clinical trials? So, it is a research study involving people, essentially to test new ways of to detect, to prevent, or to treat diseases. And it can be in multiple phases depending upon the study which authorities are doing. What is the purpose of a clinical trial? Why we do it? It has multifold, reasons why we run this. One is to, find out the new ways to prevent, detect, or treat a disease. Second is new ways to do surgery or any other procedure which can, optimize the impact, which can, help us to do in a very reduced time, or to find out the new ways to use existing treatments. Fourth is to also check how new ways to improve the quality of life of people, or any new drugs or new combination of drugs can be implemented for a treatment, or any new medical devices have come or going to be launched in the market. So before launching, if we test them, so that result or conclusion will going to help via clinical trials, whether we need to launch this or not. Last is to find out the new ways of change behavior, um, to improve the health situation. This happened not across the nation but globally. So this is something which we are, we everybody who should know and understand and should participate. Why to participate in clinical trials? This is a very important question because people generally hesitate because A, they do not have awareness about the word itself, and B, they do not know what are the basic importance and going further the benefits of it. So if you participate, you are essentially helping doctors and researchers to learn about the new disease or any new procedure or any new product which they are going to launch or they're working on. And secondly, you are helping to improve the healthcare for people in future. And how the question of importance, which I just said, that people um, actually hesitate because they do not know about it. The important is because if you participate, you are helping in advancing medical knowledge. Patient get access to new treatments before they are widely available in market. You also receive care and very close monitoring process by medical researchers team. So this is the important three, points which everybody should know and understand before going ahead for any clinical trials. Now, who can participate? Um, Anybody who is a healthy volunteer, like you, if you don't have any disease or you're living a healthy lifestyle, um, and you can, just be volunteer and participate. if you have no health problems. Secondly, you can take out time for him from your busy schedule. You can calendarize, or you can just take a goal within your diary that you will volunteer for one clinical trial this year, like that. You wanted to contribute to development of new treatment in a way, like if you make a goal for yourself, then definitely you are contributing to a very large important research which gonna change something or the other into the disease or the healthcare sector. Secondly, if you are a patient volunteer, then if anything specific help happening in the area of, for example, cancer or HIV or hepatitis, and if you are a patient of that particular category, you can volunteer. You have So you have to have that kind of disease, or you're going through and you wanted to explore if there are new treatment or short span of treatment which are going to happen, or um, any clinical trials is actually studying those treatment procedure, so then you can volunteer. The second point is, there is no current treatment for alignment. If you feel like you're struggling with any particular disease, and there are no treatment available around, and there is a clinical trial happening for that particular, so you can definitely volunteer, because ultimately you're going to be facilitated very closely with the improvement and with the medical expert team who are working on the clinical trial. The last point is, you wanted to get to treated through a normal medical medicine that is not yet available in the market. So this is an important aspect, because when there is a no treatment for the disease which is going through, which you are suffering from, and you found this clinical trial, and uh, there is a particular injection or medicine which they are trying to test for a larger audience, you can avail that at a first hand. Now, where to find these clinical trials, where who to whom we can seek help from? One is the online resources. First is very important, CTRI, which is a Clinical Trial Registry of India. This is an online platform where you can check according to your keywords of the disease or treatment. Second is clinicaltrial.gov. This is a database of clinical trials worldwide. Third is NIH, clinical trials. Uh, Second, resources, offline resources. You can reach out to hospital or research institute's website. You can reach out to pharma or contact research organizations. Third is your family doctor or physician. You can obviously, because they are the really handy people, you can go to them and ask for the clinical trial registry studies which are going on in your particular disease area. And last is patient advocacy group and NGOs. They essentially work towards making awareness, and also have knowledge of what kind of studies going on in India or globally. Now, these are important part when we talk about we are ready now to take part in the clinical trials, and we know where to go, where to seek help from. But when you get into the clinical trial, you should know your rights and your responsibility as a patient in a clinical trial. So we talk about you know three important things, which is clinical research is like a partnership with doctors, nurses, and you together. You are working towards a main goal of reaching out, or making ensuring that whatever study, medicine or procedure they are testing in that particular period of clinical trials, you are a team together, right? Second is, you need to follow the rules, which is uh, actually given by the medical team to you during the trials, to work to actually have a better results. Still, so you need to also seek, need to consult, and you need to keep talking with your team, and explore more few important responsibilities to make research safe and useful. Of course, you are when you are in trial, you are a very special person. You are, because you are helping others, you are a hero to other people in the society, and you are also moving the science ahead. You are actually opening up a lot of doors of hope by participating in the clinical trial. This is called beneficence, doing good for others. Now, there are 10 rights that you should all know while participating or before participating in the clinical trial. One is to be treated with respect and dignity and in human way, right? You should not be, uh, uh, the tone of voice and every aspect of the study or information of the study, every aspect should be very transparent and should be told. Second is to be respected for personal values and religious belief. Third is to be informed on your medical treatment and the results. Um, this is something you should, keep checking with the team and get updates on, and maybe you can make your own journal about your health updates, how your progress is happening. So that is also an important area where you can ask for information. Fourth is to keep your personal information protected and confidential. That's why when you sign the consent for any clinical trial, the important part of signing that form is to keeping your personal information protected and confidentiality is maintained throughout the study. The fifth point is to know name of the healthcare professional taking care of you. This should not be a scenario that you are participating but you don't know who is the principal investigator, who is the co-PI, or who is the team members working on it. What kind of drugs, what kind of procedure are happening? You should have all kind of information. Six, you can ask any or multiple question at any point of time. It should not be a restriction. Seven is to participate, stop and leaving from study. Um, so if you anytime feel like you don't wanted to go ahead, or you wanted to stop, you wanted to withdraw your name, this is your right. You can do it without any hesitation. Eight is to consult any other doctor. So if you feel like you are not having a good vibe during the study, and you need to consult, or you want to take a second opinion, you wanted to consult another doctor, you are free to do that also. Ninth point is to get compensation and medical help in case of injury. So if anything happens to your body, or any tangible or intangible, you know, injury happen, then you are rightfully, you can ask for the compensation from the team. And tenth and the last right is to be treated fairly and equally as others. There should not be a, a discrimination between on the basis of gender, on the basis of color, race, age, etc. So, what are your responsibilities apart from the right? So, when you join a clinical trial, you agree to certain things like show up on time, or taking medicine as told, um, taking care of your own health during the study or clinical trial time. These promises are written in the consent form, so or just explain to you. So if you any point of time feel confused or you forget things, you can just pick up your phone and get connected to your team and ask again. Why it is important? Because keeping your promises or thinking about your responsibility will protect your own health and make sure that results are real and helpful. You also need to be mindful of respecting investigators, research staff, and other participants. So, just like you want to be treated kindly, so they also wanted to do it in the same way. So, likewise, you need to follow what responsibilities you are seeking, what kind of help support you are seeking. You need to give that kind of similar regard to doctors, nurses, and other patients in the study. Just be polite, patient, cooperative, um, with all the same team member. Example, saying thank you to CRC or waiting calmly during a delayed procedure, or then you will be feel supported. Keep yourself safe. As I mentioned earlier, during the study, it is your responsibility also to take care of your own health. So do not miss the doses or ignore the side effect. If you think like, any allergy or any, effect is happening on your body just after taking that medicine or oral medicine or any procedure, please inform the team immediately. Um, Always give the right information. So, first, from the first screening to the last visit, give true answers. So, do not, hide any important aspect of your health or any, document which was required during the journey. Try to, have organized file papers with you, so that it will help the team to also work better on your with you during the clinical trials. So, or if you visit a clinic or taking new medicine outside of the study, let us research team know. That is also important aspects. For example, if you are patient with the multidisciplinary, diseases which is looking after by different department in one hospital, you are a cancer survivor, you are having long-term side effect as a chronic hepatitis B or HIV or any other diseases, plus you are going through a local procedures or treatments like dental or eye care, please do report to each and every department or the clinical trial team, because those medicines which you are taking during those um follow-up clinics or regular clinics, if you're going, then it the medicine can affect. So please feel free to ask question. Again, I reiterate this point, because you will get a consent form. Everything will be told to you from the start of the study. um, please do read them, because sometimes the other person is reading and they are making you understand some points, but it is really essential for you to go through the entire document and read the pointers yourself very carefully. If you don't understand anything after reading that point, please ask help, cross question. And if you still don't understand, you can directly reach out to the principal investigator if CRC is not helping out. So, for example, what does fasting means before a test? It's okay to ask 3 times if you need to. Don't sign the consent unless you are really sure. Okay, so after getting a clarity, after talking to CRC, reading all the consent form points, if you have understood the trial information sheet and the pointers correctly, then only when you are 100% sure, then you go ahead and sign the form. If you're feeling like, I'm not ready, then wait, you can ask for more time. You should feel clear and calm, not rush or unsure when you say yes. Um, this is an important aspect while you be participant in the clinical trial, that Uh, Follow the treatment plan. Whatever study you are participating in, there is a plan, charted out for every single participant, which is shared with them, right? So it is important if you are taking a study medicine or giving a sample, follow all the instructions. That includes how much to take, when to take, and how to store any medicine, or which kind of temperature you should, be at, what kind of things you should eat. For example, keeping your study pills in the fridge, if told, can make sure that they still work right. Avoid any other medicine unless told. Some other drugs or treatment can mess up the trial. As I earlier mentioned, if you are going through multidisciplinary approach already while signing up for the clinical trials, please do inform your doctors. Um, Only take what your trial doctor approves. Example, you may need to skip painkillers or herbal tea that could interfere with the result. You will have to also be responsible to be on time and communicate, because as I mentioned above, in the above slide, that if anything is happening to your body after enrollment in the clinical trial, you are on the medication, you need to communicate immediately. So always try to come to your appointments on time. If something comes up, call all the site staff early and reschedule. If you think like there is anything important which is left over, or you are confused about, uh, reach out to your clinical trial team. Not following the rules can be risky, because everything, the plan which is curated for the clinical trial for the participant, is very time bounded. So, and there are things which are, timed according to the kind of result which team is seeking to achieve. So if you don't follow the rules, it can harm you and also others, because ultimately that clinical trial is happening for a larger audience, or the people who will, ultimately take that medicine or take that do go through that procedure. So um, if you don't follow key rules and it could harm others, then also there's a scenario when a serious case can happen. So, for example, in TB trials, some people are watched closely while taking medicine to keep others safe. Report any side effect. Tell the team if you feel dizzy, sick, nauseous, or uncomfortable, even if it is smells, feels very small. It could be a reaction to the medicine. So, for example, if you feel strange after taking a pill like nausea or headache, speak to any member of the team present at the time. If you want to leave, then yes, you are free to leave the study anytime. As I mentioned in the rights, but please tell the team and follow the process to exit safely. Don't just disappear because you are in middle of the clinical trial. You are on the medication, and it can affect your body negatively. The information you give at the end is still useful. Um, the next thing is update your contact information and say goodbye properly. If your phone number or address changes, tell the study team. Important point to note. And if you want to leave the trial, that is okay. Just let the team know so that they can help you exit safely. For example, saying goodbye the right way to help the team use your data to correctly and keep you safe too. Thank you so much. I'll just end this presentation. Hope you enjoyed learning.